Little fish. I say, Lord, be my savior when it come to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save us. Say amen. Amen, 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 yeah. Amen. That boys and they can't win. Can't win, can't win, can't win, can't win. Check. Going up. We in it, we gonna. Going up. Tell it like my persona. Going up. Ripping up was honest. We used to drive them Hondas. Now we pull up in the Fondas. Glow up. Walking. Show up. Baby, hold up. Glow up. Boy, don't touch. We float. Glow up. Yeah. I'm laughing to the bank. All new blue Benny Franks. Pulled up on him in the tank. Yeah. That guy just a rap guy. I'm so mad fly in. He ain't. I hear, get a plan. Oh, so that my whoa. On the low. Got strain on yo-yo. She post up a MCM and we like that JoJo. When we out and we see him, he always ask for photo. I say, Lord, be my savior when it come to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save us. Say amen. Amen, yeah. Amen. That boys and they can't win. Can't win. Check. Going up. We in it, we gonna. Going up. Tell it like my persona. Going up. Ripping up was honest. We used to drive them Hondas. Now we pull up in the Fondas. Glow up. Walking. Show up. Baby, hold up. Glow up. Boy, don't touch. We float. Glow up. Yeah. She lucky. Cause she 5 mil cash in Tucky. I walk up in Neiman, spend 10K just like it's nothing. I hang with the demons, they don't play by me, we cut. I was coolin', Atlanta, mixed the with the fan up. All them, I got sick.
Hello everyone, I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Roethlisberger Steelers going up against Wilson Seahawks.
Larry, overcast skies, but knock on wood, no rain on the radar to speak of right now as we welcome you to CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Double tight. Set. Like 80. Three down.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Ready? Like 30. Hey. We got three. Three down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cliff Averill in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Going deep here for... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Check 50, check 50. That's
Move
what
15.
Watch 98, watch 98. 98's the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. 23 yards on the play.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and boy, he's been good. Now it's Carson, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Hey. Got 4.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go. Check three.
On second down, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A gain of 32 that time.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Set. Blue 30.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Watch tight end.
Set.
Hey, we got
like
3
80.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Double tight.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Room to run past midfield. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. On the left side, it's McDonald. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out.
left, man left.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
30. 47, Mike. 47.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Yeah, baby. Boom. Got double tight. Double tight. Set. Blue 30.
They'll try and run forward with Bell. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Big hit.
On the counter, here's Bell.
Let's go, G. Right here.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for the defense.
Bell, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Lay down. Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Hurry up, Mike.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished 2nd. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought was going to be the guy. He got hurt early in the year. But they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
Tight end's right.
Watch
Watch
right,
tight. Tight end's right.
Tight. Green 80. Alert, 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 alert.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they added DB.
Strong right. Strong right.
Tight. 95, 95.
Hey, hey, hey. We got 3. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
Here's Wilson to throw.
Switch it. Yeah, switch it.
And he's got Lockett. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Tight. Green 80.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
To throw again is Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Double up. Check 13. Check 13.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he is knocked down from the side, right near the 27. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
0-0.
They run again with Carson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Watch out.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Watch 98. 98's the mic. 14. Watch the curl.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, guys, check me out.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 46. A gain of 6 there on first. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. This is Bell on the dump off. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up second down.
Too little, Cupcake.
Now Wilson to throw again. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on it? And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards on the ground. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Ready?
Move the team.
Hey, we got Mike Gun.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Check 26.
Now, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Green 80.
Gotta go. In and out. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Easy.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Shot. 280.
Hey, we got 3 down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there. But
oh, this is blocked. And all the defense has it. But he is finally run down. Would have been 2 if he'd made it all the way, but instead, simply a missed extra point.
oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams crew, when they run out there, they still feel it, and maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there, blocked the extra point, and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block it. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Bunch set, eyes up, bunch set.
Set! Black 30!
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell.
Let's go, D,
And he
let's go.
goes out right around the 39. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a third down. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
We got right.
Set!
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, you don't want none.
Set! Black 30!
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. And the Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. A give to Bell. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Set!
Tight end's right.
White 80!
Alert, alert. 3 down, 3
No
down.
spacing.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Room here to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Three yards remaining here on 2nd down.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the
Easy,
Ringo.
easy.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check, check. 3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
All day, baby.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set!
Blue 30. Watch 84. Watch 84.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger.
I'm coming for you.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Bell is so good at that. He just catches so many passes near the line of scrimmage. In fact, the unique stat line for him last year, he had more yards after the catch than total receiving yards from the line of scrimmage on the season.
That doesn't even sound real, but when you analyze his game, you understand why.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, an 18-yard touchdown run. And if the Steelers can convert the extra point, they will have the lead. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field.
Strong left. Here we go, D. Let's go. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check. Lucky.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Get wide.
Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Every now and then when we see a really good run, we really tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen. What the offensive line did, what the receivers did to help. Sometimes the running back's pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of good yardage and made it happen with great effort.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And ready now for 2nd and 9.
Yeah, baby.
Tight. Blue 15. All go special.
From the shotgun, Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here I come.
Check 50. All go special.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
That's the West.
Doug Baldwin, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Play clock winding down.
Tight. Green 80.
Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this second half. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt.
Tight right. Hey, boys,
Tight.
got 4.
Blue 15.
Again, Wilson. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to them right away because they have the matchup advantage.
And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Right, boys, tight end to the right. Move.
Set.
180.
3 down.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They got to be confident about what they're presenting.
And this is going to be intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
3 down. Hey, fellas,
So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
The give is to Bell. And some room to work. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, 27 yards. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because one play drive will throw an interception. A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys!
Easy.
Step up. 0.
Right.
198. Watch 98.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Here's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, time not on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The offense on third down tonight? No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Here we go.
Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race.
Here they come. Hot.
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. they can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. You got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Strong left. Strong left.
Set. You gonna see me in your blue 30.
Roethlisberger going to throw it. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball, and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.